This is a remote learning initiative by Thakur Vidya Mandir Global School affiliated to the New Delhi CBSE board located in Uttar Pradesh, India. CBSE Science Standard 6 Chapter 13 Fun with Magnets. Main points to be covered: how magnets were discovered, magnetic and non-magnetic materials, poles of magnet, finding directions, make your own magnet, attraction and repulsion between magnets, and a few cautions. It's a fascinating story of how magnets were discovered. In 600 BC in ancient Greece, a shepherd took his sheep for grazing one day. He sat beside a rock and waited for a while his sheep were grazing. When it was time to go home, he noticed something odd. His stick was stuck to a rock, and he had to pull very hard to separate the stick from the rock. Later on, it was discovered that since the bottom of his stick had an iron material attached to it and the rock was magnetic, the iron was attracted to the magnet, that is the rock. It is believed that the rock was named as magnet because of the name of the shepherd. His name was Magnus and the rock was named as magnetite. Magnetite is also known as lodestone. Some people believe that the name magnet originated from a place called as Magnesia wherein magnetite was found. We know substances having the property of attracting iron are known as magnets. Later on, the process of making magnets from pieces of iron was discovered. These are known as artificial magnets. Nowadays, artificial magnets are prepared in different shapes. For example, bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical or a ball-ended magnet. Time for some DIY to test the effect of a magnet. Even though you will do it yourself, please do it in the supervision of an adult. It's pretty simple to do this experiment. Take a plastic or a paper cup and fix it on a stand with the help of a clamp as shown in the figure. Then, place a magnet inside the cup and cover it with a circular cutout paper so that the magnet is not visible. Attach a thread to a paper clip made of iron. You can use a safety pin or a push pin as an alternative. Now, fix the other end of the thread at the base of the stand using a sellotape. Remember that the length of the thread should be short, but it should reach close to the base of the cup. Now, bring the paper clip near the base of the cup and observe what happens. The clip is raised in the air without any support, just like a kite. Why does this happen? As we know the story of Magnus and his stick and the rock, the similar principle is applied here. The magnet in the cup will attract the paper clip towards it and pull it with a magnetic force. Hence, the paper clip looks as if it's raised in the air without any support. This is all possible because of the property of magnets that attract iron particles. It's essential to remember that materials can be of two types, magnetic and non-magnetic. Materials that can be attracted by a magnet, for example iron, nickel or cobalt, are called as magnetic materials. So, we know that materials that are not attracted towards a magnet are called as non-magnetic materials. For example, paper, glass, plastic, rubber, wood, etc. Time for some DIY. Think about whatever you have learned till now. Look at the pictures and classify the objects into magnetic or non-magnetic. You can do this practically by collecting various day-to-day objects that are around you. Take a magnet and bring the magnet closer to these objects to check whether they are magnetic or non-magnetic. Then note down what you have observed. Whenever you see substances attracted to a magnet, you will notice that they are attracted to a particular region of the magnet, usually located towards the end of the magnet. Now, each magnet has two poles, the north and the south. The poles of the magnets are always near the ends of the magnet. In case you break a magnet into two, it will again develop two poles. Each magnet will have two poles, a north and a south pole. Time for some DIY to check the poles of a magnet. Spread some iron filings on a sheet of paper. Now bring a bar magnet on this sheet. Observe. What do you see? Do the iron fillings stick all over the magnet, or do they get attracted to only some regions more than the other regions? Do it once more. Remove the iron fillings that are stuck to the magnet and repeat the activity. Do you observe any change in the pattern of how the iron fillings are getting attracted to any different part of the magnet or to the same part of the magnet? You can do the same thing with paper clips, safety pins, or any other pins or iron nails that you can find around. But be sure to do this in the supervision of an adult. From the previous DIY, we know that magnets have two poles, the north and the south pole. Now, this property of magnets is a very wonderful thing because it can also help us in finding directions. It's a common property of a magnet that when it is freely suspended in air, that is, if you just tie a string to it, attach it to a clamp stand and leave it free for a while, it will align itself in the north-south direction. Now, there's a story that's quite fascinating. So there was an emperor, Huang Ti of China, and it is said that he had a chariot with a statue of a lady that could rotate in any direction. It had an extended arm as if she was showing the way. The statue had an interesting property. She would rest in such a position that her extended arm always pointed towards the south. And by looking at the extended arm of the statue, the emperor was always able to locate directions when he went to new places on his chariot. Now, time for some DIY activity to put this to the test. Put a mark on one of the ends of a bar magnet for identifying it. Then, tie a thread at the middle of the magnet and suspend it from a wooden stand. Attach a string and tie it to the clamp of a wooden stand. Now make sure that the magnet can rotate freely. Let it come to rest. Mark the 2 points on the ground to show the position of the ends of the magnet once it comes to rest. Draw a line joining the 2 points. This line shows the direction in which the magnet was pointing in its position of rest. Now, rotate the magnet by gently pushing it in any direction and then let it come to rest again. Again, mark the position of the 2 ends once the magnet comes to rest. Does the magnet point in a different direction? Rotate the magnet in other directions and note the final direction in which the magnet comes to rest. You will note that it will always end up stopping in the same direction. You can use the position of the sun or a compass to check it. The alignment will always be in the north-south direction. Now what is a compass? A compass is basically a small box with a glass cover. There's a magnetized needle that is kept inside the box and it's pivoted such that the magnetized needle can rotate freely. The compass also has a dial with directions marked on it. A compass is usually rotated until the red mark points towards the north-south direction marked at the dial. And that is how you use a compass to locate the direction you are in and where you would like to move towards. From a compass, we come to know that we can make our own magnet. So let's learn how this can be done. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is place a rectangular piece of iron on the table. Take a bar magnet and place one of its pole near one edge of the iron bar. Now without lifting the bar magnet, move it along the length of the iron bar till you reach the other end, as you can see in the figure. Lift the magnet and bring it back from where you started and repeat it for about 30 to 40 times in the same direction. Remember not to change the direction. Now, after 30 to 40 times, place the bar magnet away. Time to test. Bring a pin or some iron filings near the iron bar and check whether it has become a magnet. If it hasn't yet, continue the process of rubbing the bar magnet on the iron bar for a while. Always keep in mind that the pole of the magnet and the direction of its movement should not change. In the absence of an iron bar, you can also use an iron nail, a needle or a blade and convert them into a magnet. Remember to perform all the DIY activities and experiments in the presence of an adult. Now that we can make our own magnet, let's make a compass. Magnetize an iron needle using a bar magnet. After a while, insert the magnetized iron needle through a small piece of cork or foam or a sponge. Let the cork float in water in a bowl or in a tub or simply a paper cup. Make sure that the needle does not touch the water. Make a note of the direction in which the needle points when the cork is floating. Rotate the cork with the needle fixed in it in different directions. Note the directions in which the needle points when the cork begins to float again without rotating. Does the needle always point in the same direction when the cork stops rotating? Note it. You will notice that the needle will always point towards the north, as it is a basic property of magnets to face the north and align themselves in a north-south direction when they are freely suspended. The final property of magnets that we'll cover here is attraction and repulsion between magnets. Time for some DIY. Take out two small cars and label them as A and B. Place a bar magnet on top of each car and fix them with rubber bands or a sellotape. In car A, keep the south pole of the magnet towards the front of the car, and in car B, keep the north pole of the magnet in front of the car. Now, place both the cars face to face such that the front of the cars face each other. Notice what happens. Do they move close to each other? Do they move away from each other? What happens? After a while, change the direction of car A such that the back of car A faces the front of car B. Note down what you observe. Do both the cars attract each other and collide, or do they repel each other and separate far away from each other? In the first scenario, wherein the opposite poles, that is the north and the south pole, are facing each other, you will note that both the cars will attract each other because opposite poles attract each other. In the second scenario, wherein the back of the car faces the front of car B, you will notice that since both of the poles of the magnets are the same, the cars will move away from each other, that is, they will repel each other. In conclusion, we can say that opposite poles of two magnets attract each other, whereas like poles or similar poles repel each other. We also know that magnetic materials are always metals like iron, nickel or cobalt. However, we also know that all the metals are not magnetic. Through this experiment of cars, we have also concluded that magnets can attract other magnets and magnets also attract magnetic materials. When you work with magnets, there are a few cautions that you have to keep in mind. Magnets lose their properties if they are heated, hammered or dropped from some height. They also become weak if they are not stored properly. That is, they are not able to attract with as much force as they could before. To keep them safe, bar magnets should be kept in pairs with their opposite poles on the same side. They must be separated by a piece of wood, while two pieces of soft iron should be placed across their ends. For horseshoe magnets, you should keep a piece of iron across the poles. Also, keep in mind that you should keep magnets away from cassettes, mobiles, telephones, music systems, compact discs, that is CDs, and computers, as magnets will disturb the process which was running in the gadgets, and to avoid this we should keep the magnets away from these electronic gadgets. Summary: magnetite, also known as lodestone, is a natural magnet. Magnet attracts materials like iron, nickel, cobalt. These materials are called as magnetic materials because they get attracted by magnets. Materials that do not get attracted by magnets are called as non-magnetic materials. Each magnet has two magnetic poles, a north and a south. This is a very common property of every magnet. Another property displayed by each magnet is, when a magnet is freely suspended, it always aligns itself in a north-south direction. The most essential property of every magnet is that opposite poles of two magnets attract each other, whereas similar poles repel one another. Remember the property of similar poles repel one another, as you will learn in the higher standard how this property is used to identify magnets. Dictation words: magnetite, magnetite. I'll repeat: magnetite, magnetite. Then artificial, artificial, artificial. I'll repeat: artificial, artificial. Next, cylindrical, cylindrical, cylindrical. I'll repeat: cylindrical, cylindrical. Next, non-magnetic, non-magnetic, magnetic, non-magnetic. I'll repeat: non-magnetic, non-magnetic, non-magnetic. Non is the French word for no. So basically, non-magnetic is not magnetic. Next, attraction, attraction, attraction. I'll repeat: attraction, attraction. Next, repulsion, repulsion, repulsion. I'll repeat: repulsion, repulsion. Next, iron fillings, iron fillings, iron filings. I'll repeat: iron fillings, iron filings. Next, compass, compass, compass. I'll repeat: compass, compass. Next, suspended, suspended, suspended. I'll repeat: suspended, suspended. Next, caution, caution, caution. I'll repeat: caution, caution. Next, hammered, hammered, hammered. I'll repeat: hammered, hammered. Next, nickel, nickel, nickel. I'll repeat: nickel, nickel. Next, needle, Needle, needle. I'll repeat, Needle, needle. Next, cobalt, Cobalt, cobalt. I'll repeat, Cobalt, cobalt. Next, compact discs, Compacts, compact discs. I'll repeat, compact, disks, discs. Compact discs are also called as CDs. Next, cassettes, Cassettes, cassettes. I'll repeat, Cassettes, cassettes. Pause the video, think about all that we have learned till now, and answer the following questions. Pause the video and answer the following questions based on all you have learned till now. Pause the video to answer the questions and then move on to check out the DIY. DIY activities at home. There are two activities that you can do. The first one is to make an intelligent doll that picks up things it likes. Take a doll, attach a magnet to it, secure it with a transparent tape, and then cover the magnet with a glove such that the magnet is not visible. Now your doll is ready. Gather random things and bring them close to the doll's hand. If you know the material of the objects, you can tell in advance whether the doll will catch that object or not. The second DIY that you will do is you will make a speaker using a magnet. Find a copper wire, a packing tape like a sellotape, transparent or a duct tape, and a strong magnet. To hear the sound well, you will require a small plastic Tupperware or a small plastic cup. This will amplify the sound, much like yelling into a cone amplifies your voice. Now, wrap the copper wire and wrap it around the magnet several times to make a coil. Keep in mind that you want to wrap the wire 6 to 7 times starting from the middle so that you leave several feet of wire that is unwrapped on either side of the magnet. Tape this coil to the bottom of your Tupperware, but without the magnet. Then use a bottle cap or another round object to make another larger coil. Using both ends of the leftover copper wire, make an even larger coil and tape it on top of the smaller one. Like earlier, you will leave roughly a foot of leftover wire on either side of the coil. This is how you will attach your speaker to your music source. Now, place the magnet on top of the two coils. You want it to sit comfortable within both coils, but don't worry too much about touching every inch of the wire. It's fine if the magnet doesn't touch every inch of the wire. Attach both copper wires to the music source. The most common attachment is a 1/8 inch cable or an auxiliary cord, the input that is on most phones or headphones. Wrap one end of the wire around the top of the metal input and the other around the bottom. Use gator clips, which are small clamps that transmit electricity and can make attaching your copper wire to a music source easier. Tinker with your speakers to get better sound. Try using a stronger magnet, keeping your coils tighter, using different amplifiers and playing different music sources at different volumes. Perform all the DIY activities in the presence of an adult. Thank you.